me start by saying I apologize for not having that rune casting up yesterday. Unfortunately, if you're following me on my social media, you'll know it was a problem that was out of my hands, and it stems from something that happened Saturday. I will provide you with the full story this Saturday, because I am actually going to make that rune reading up. I'm going to make that up. We're going to go ahead and do that Saturday morning. It's probably going to be a long video because there's a lot to have to explain. It was Saturday started the ball rolling. Tuesday was an insane day, and everything just bled over into Wednesday. So I'll show you exactly why it happened. And boy, oh boy, was it a mess. That mess was entirely colossal. And let me tell you, it's a small, dare I say the word, miracle that I did not compromise the structural integrity of some inanimate object to the point of complete disintegration. And it's just a fancy way of saying it's a miracle I didn't break something. I was not very happy with the situation, that's putting it mildly. There were many, many profanities spoken that night. And like I said, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you all about it on Saturday. It's kind of a horror story. Alright, so here we are on Traditional Thursday, where I do a traditional reading. I say traditional because it's traditional for this channel. It's how I started doing them, it's how I learned, and it's kind of where I'm comfortable. And we're going to see just what we need to know for today. So, again, my apologies for flying a little, leaving you flying a little blind. Unfortunately, there was just nothing I could do about it. Kind of crazy. Just really, really nuts. One of those types of situations I wouldn't wish on anyone. Alright, so here we go. Lay down these runes. There we go. Alright. Let's say we go ahead and kick this thing off, shall we? Alright, starting with the significator. This is you today. Sunstone. Basically, today, you are the guide. You're the one that has to cut through all the fog and show everyone where the sun is. For your guide, yep, it's not a surprise. Not a surprise to see Odin pop up, because today it's you who has you have the answers. Remember on Monday, one of the cards from the Moonology reading stated that the answers you seek are coming. Don't you find it a little odd that sometimes the answers you seek are in the questions themselves? Think about that one for a moment. So, with the parrot, be very, very careful of what it is you're saying. And in some cases, it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. Looks like today is going to be a day for some very gentle guidance. So let's see what the tarot has to offer. We have a Four of Swords. We have a Wanderer. Actually, it's the Fool card, and we have Strength. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to get your rest. At some point today, you're going to need to take a little bit of a break. Get a breather. Get that rest in. That's what the Four of Swords is all about. You're going to need to relax just a little. Today is not going to be a day of intensity for you. At least not of intense guidance. Like I said, this is going to be very gentle, but this will be the start of some new adventure for you. They call this one the Wanderer in this tarot deck, but it's actually the Fool. Same thing, only this time, if you notice, yep, the dog is still there, but this time they're not looking up and about to go over the cliff. They're kind of looking down off of the cliff, letting you know that yes, today is a day for a new adventure, but it's best to be a little careful. Then we have Strength. This is where you have to be your strongest. Ladies and gentlemen, there may be chaos today. In fact, I can about ensure it. I know for me, the past couple days have been chaotic. They've been ramping up. But it's going to have to be you who steps into the lead, takes charge, takes that leadership ability. Going to into our Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, we've got Lost in Space, we've got Sky Dancers, and we also have Feasts of Plenty. Okay. So, feeling like you're needing a little direction? You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see Othala pop up today, because with this one pointing right at that Wanderer, it almost seems like you're wandering a little aimlessly, a little lost, but don't worry. Give yourself a little time. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Give yourself some credit too. But this one's letting you know that you are being divinely guided. And right now, with that moon in the background, I wonder, let's have a look. Because I do have an app here that lets me track the phases, and we've been in a waxing gibbous for a while. There we go. Okay. Still in a waxing gibbous. We are almost at a full moon. 98%, ladies and gentlemen. And it's raining today. Yeah. No kidding. Okay, but here's where Feast of Plenty comes up. Of course, the text on the card reads, choices and their consequences. That's why I said, we're pointing at this Wanderer. The Wanderer here seems to kind of be looking at like, that's a long way down. And of course that parrot spirit's coming into play too. So watch what you're saying and how you say it. Let's go to the runes and find out what's going on. We have Laguz, we have Ingvaz, or Inguz, and we have Isa. So, we have Laguz, which literally translates to lake. And we're going to have to really kind of go with our insights on this one. And while we're kind of going into the flow here with our emotions, it's important that we maintain control in them. Maybe we can't control where they go, but we can control how we navigate them. Ingvaz. Of course, this one is screaming that it usually says masculinity, fertility, and unity, but it's really the unity that pops up the most for me. Because with that, you're really going to have to work with others today. Really kind of, pulling yourselves together, making sure that maybe everyone else is on point. Like I said, today's a day for you to take charge. And of course, we have Issa. You're going to have to slow down. You're going to have to take a breath. You're going to have to take a little bit of a rest. We're pointing at that Four of Swords again. Remain calm and just reflect on what you know. Really today is one of those days where you're going to have to, if prayer is your thing, you're going to have to really kind of settle into that today. Because it looks like today may be pretty chaotic. And it's going to have to be you that takes charge through all that. Cutting through that chaos can be pretty difficult at times. I know it can for me. But when you do, the results are pretty awesome, don't you find? And I've got Mr. Bub over here going absolutely insane. It is far too early for this. It's almost 7 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. I've been up for about 3 hours. I meant to do this video last night. That way I could get it edited and posted and then get it out to you. But unfortunately, I fell asleep. Ended up waking up at 4 a.m. and just not really being able to go back to sleep. So I was like, well, let's just go ahead and get the day started, shall we? So, fall back on your wisdom, the things that you know. The things that you know as fact, the things that you know as truth, really sink into them. Sorry, had to get up. He's decided to use a pen as a toy today. But anyway, really sink into those things. Because those are your gifts, especially the gifts you've been given. The things that you know how to do without really knowing how you know. Show others how to do those same things. If you're sharing what you know, you shouldn't have a problem. As a matter of fact, if you're not following me on High Notes, well, you're missing out, because this week's rune was Unsuz, which is, of course, knowledge, breath, communication. That's his rune. And we drew that on Wednesday. I do the rune of the week every week on Wednesday. That's where you need to start. It'll show how truly strong you are, and the choices you make today that will result in greater reward for you. And that's really the entire reading for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow with Full Scale Friday. Naturally. We're at the end of the week now, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't seem like we just kicked off the week, not too long ago, right? Seems like only 20 minutes ago was Monday. But we're almost at the end. The weekend will come, and you'll see me on the weekend. I look forward to hanging out with you again. And as always, my friends, shine on.